Good morning, children. So today we'll do part 2 of the lesson, the fight. Again, you have to watch the video very carefully, okay? So I have the video for you here. Please watch.
But he did neither of these things. Instead, he stood his ground and scowled at his passing adversary. And the warrior said nothing either, but scowled back with equal ferocity. The next day was as hot as the previous one. Ranji felt weak and lazy and not at all eager for a fight. His body was stiff and sore after the previous day's encounter, but he could not refuse the challenge. Not to turn up at the pool would be an acknowledgement of defeat. From the way he felt just then, he knew he would be beaten in another fight. But he could not acquiesce in his own defeat. He must defy his enemy to the last, or outwit him, for only then could he gain his respect. If he surrendered now, he would be beaten for all time. But to fight and be beaten today left him free to fight and be beaten again. As long as he fought, he had the right to the pool in the forest. He was half hoping that the warrior would have forgotten the challenge, but these hopes were dashed when he saw his opponent sitting, stripped to the waist, on a rock on the other side of the pool. The warrior was rubbing oil on his body. He saw Ranji beneath the sal trees and called a challenge across the waters of the pool. "Come over on this side and fight," he shouted. But Ranji was not going to submit to any conditions laid down by his opponent. "Come this side and fight," he shouted back with equal vigor. "Swim across and fight me here," called the other. "Or perhaps you cannot swim the length of this pool." But Ranji could have swum the length of the pool a dozen times without tiring, and here he would show the warrior his superiority. So, slipping out of his vest, he dived straight into the water, cutting through it like a knife, and surfaced with hardly a splash. The warrior's mouth hung open in amazement. "You can dive!" he exclaimed. "It is easy," said Ranji, treading water, waiting for a further challenge. "Can't you dive?" "No," said the other. "I jumped straight in. But if you will tell me how, I will make a dive." "It is easy," said Ranji. "Stand on the rock, stretch your arms out, and allow your head to displace your feet." The warrior stood up, stiff and straight, stretched out his arms, and threw himself into the water. He landed flat on his belly with a crash that sent the birds screaming out of the trees. Ranji dissolved into laughter. "Are you trying to empty the pool?" he asked, as the warrior came to the surface, spouting water like a small whale. "Wasn't it good?" asked the boy, evidently proud of his feat. "Not very good," said Ranji. "You should have more practice. See, I will do it again." And pulling himself up on a rock, he executed another perfect dive. The other boy waited for him to come up, but swimming underwater, Ranji circled him and came upon him from behind. "How did you do that?" asked the astonished youth. "Can't you swim underwater?" asked Ranji. "No, but I will try it." The warrior made a tremendous effort to plunge to the bottom of the pool, and indeed he thought he had gone right down, though his bottom, like a duck's, remained above surface. Ranji, however, did not discourage him. "It was not bad," he said, "but you need a lot of practice." "Will you teach me?" asked his enemy. "If you like, I will teach you." "You must teach me. If you do not teach me, I will beat you. Will you come here every day and teach me?" "If you like," said Ranji. They had pulled themselves out of the water and were sitting side by side on a smooth grey rock. "My name is Suraj," said the warrior. "What is yours?" "It is Ranji." "I am strong, am I not?" asked Suraj, bending his arm so that a ball of muscle stood up, stretching the white of his flesh. "You are strong," said Ranji. "You are a real Pahlwan." "One day I will be the world's champion wrestler," said Suraj, slapping his thighs which shook with the impact of his hand. He looked critically at Ranji's hard, thin body. "You are quite strong yourself," he conceded, "but you are too bony. I know, you people do not eat enough. You must come and have your food with me. I drink 1 seer of milk every day. We have got our own cow. Be my friend, and I will make you a Pahalwan like me. I know, if you teach me to dive and swim underwater, I will make you a Pahalwan. That is fair, isn't it?" "That is fair," said Ranji, though he doubted if he was getting the better of the exchange. Suraj put his arm around the younger boy and said, "We are friends now, yes?" They looked at each other with honest, unflinching eyes, and in that moment, love and understanding were born. "We are friends," said Ranji. The birds had settled again in their branches, and the pool was quiet and limpid in the shade of the sal trees. "It is our pool," said Suraj. "Nobody else can come here without our permission." "Who would dare? Who would dare?" said Ranji, smiling with the knowledge that he had won the day. Ruskin Bond.
Okay, so did you find it interesting, the video? Yes, animation videos are always very interesting. Children like it. I hope you have also enjoyed watching the video. Again, the same assignment, go through the lesson, read it again and again, note down the difficult words, write down their meanings. That's all for this session. Thank you.